everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Better TV Radio. Stay tuned.
TV Radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You're listening to TV and Radio. This is radio like you never heard before. Better TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio.
Are you looking for where to get the most quality and affordable furniture in Nigeria? Then look no further, because Chooks Interiors is your solution. From sofas to dining sets, tables, center rugs, you name it, we have got you covered. Check out any of our showrooms at Airport Road in Ikeja, Festac, or Alaba International Market. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Chooks_Interiors. That is at CHUKS_Interiors. Call or send us a WhatsApp message on 0808 017 1229. That's 0808 017 1229. And we would love to hear from you. We are Chooks Interiors, and we offer quality for every budget.
Better TV Radio, we dare to lead.
Yes, the Mother's Day special edition. Yesterday was celebrated as Mother's Day. Some people got wine from their mother for completing 12 months of youth service through harsh sun, harsh weather, inconveniencing self, and all that. Some other people cooked. I know my friend China Sheru cooked for the mom, and some other people brought gift for the mom. Some of us, our mom has gone to the great beyond, so we just have left with us the memories of our mother. But in the middle of all of this, there was football. And football always kind of like bring everybody who's enthusiast or fan and lover together. And it was fun, okay? Arsenal didn't do whatever wanted them to do, kind of like annihilate, obliterate, discombobulate Manchester United. But they did what they needed to do. They got 3 points out of that game. And Old Trafford on a rainy day showed up why everything is bad about Manchester United right now. Leaky defense, leaky roof, terrible play, inability to convert. But if you want the banter, all of that about Manchester United. But if you're honest, you go from Monday night to Sunday evening or Sunday night and you will say, there was a remarkable improvement in Manchester United. Unfortunately, Manchester United have done that all season. One moment up, one moment down. So we don't know which Manchester United to call upon. But when you look at the squad yesterday, one of the good things about Manchester United is that you can look at the players and you say to yourself, from Ahmad to Garnacho. So my problem with Garnacho is that he loves to dribble more than he loves to set up his teammates. And sometimes he thinks, well, that's when you have a team where there are no leaders. Primarily, when I watched Manchester United yesterday, one of the things that I could say to myself is that this team is lacking in leadership. Not just quality players, they're quality players, but it's lacking in leadership. Amrabat also showed the stuff that we saw at the World Cup in Qatar, but there was no consistency to it. But then again, are you going to blame Manchester United? They have Onana in goal, who've considered more goals in a season than Lionel Messi scored in a season, not in a calendar year. In a season, Messi scored 73 goals in a season, 91 goals in a calendar year. Onana have considered more. Okay, 75 now, if I'm not mistaken, if my count is correct. So you look at Johnny Evans and Casemiro. When Johnny Evans made his debut, for instance, Ahmad was just 3 years old. Okay, so Amad Diallo, Ganacho, McTominay, I mean, these guys are the guys there. Not like the Arsenal players are also old, but we have a party who didn't really come to the party. I think that party was partly responsible for why Arsenal did score many goals. Well, there's that one. There is the Liverpool versus Aston Villa game today. That will be the catalyst for tomorrow's setup because, again, if Liverpool beats Aston Villa, I mean, let's say Liverpool beat Aston Villa 4-0, then it's set up for Spurs to go on and try to win. In the last 5 visit to White Hart Lane, shitty Spurs have managed to beat Manchester City, who's not managed to win at White Hart Lane. Well, would they go on winning? I mean, they find their form. I know that foolish Mumui sports fans will say, no, let Man City win. But Man City wins means you're not going to Champions League. You're owing up almost $1 billion. You really don't want to play in the Champions League? Well, that's your call. It's not my business. Arsenal wins the title or not, they've done a great one this season. They've improved. They keep improving under Mikel Arteta. Last season, they had the final 10-game meltdown. This season, final 10 game, they've lost only one in the league. That you could say that they've done some repairs. If they do all of this and they're unable to win the league title, nobody's going to blame them. But the title is still up for grab, and good to think that Arsenal is still going to be in the running for the title to the final day against Everton. And every title that Arsenal have won, they've beaten Manchester United at Old Trafford. Again, when Arsenal are in the running to the titles and they have to play their final game against Everton, they've always gone on to win the title. Yeah, Tony Adams, remember the Tony Adams goal against Everton? Remember the one that Patrick Vieira has also scored against Everton? Well, I don't know. There are so many signs that are saying that Arsenal would win the title, and I choose to go with the signs and the pattern because I'm a student of pattern than any other thing. If Arsenal ends up not winning it, I don't think there's anybody who will cry or blame anybody. We know that the Aston Villa game was always a terrible banana pill that Arsenal slipped on, and the sprain and the strain that they got out of that one might just be the reason why they don't win it. But hey, whatever it is, my name is Daffy Matthew. You're going to love to come with the Lebeda on the Sports. It's the Mother's Day special edition, and for that reason, we'll have a few people who are requested for a lot of people to send in their voice note for Mother's Day, and quite a few people sent in theirs. So we're going to take it one step at a time, one person at a time, and get to hear some nice words that people have to say about their mom. Let's start with the ladies first. Okay, so let's start with Chiney. Hey, Chiney, what you got to say about your mom? You got prayers, you got wishes, you got moments, you got what you got to say?
Hi, this is I want to shout out to my mom. Happy Mother's Day. I love you so much, Mom. You are the one that gave me life. Upon my stubbornness, you stood by me, corrected me with love, showed me kindness, showed me love, praised for me, and you're always praying for me. May the good Lord keep you alive, protect you, so you eat the fruit of the Lord in Jesus' name. Amen. Love you, Mom.
Amen. Okay, Jeanette, how do you know you're stubborn, Sha? I wanted to tell you that you know you're very stubborn, but hey, now you said it, so I can't. It's not going to be news anymore, so you already know you're stubborn. Well, there's plenty more to come where that came from, but let's just take that one as the opener. Well, if you got anything to say about the games that happened over the weekend, matches that you saw, your opinion about them, well, there's a transfer rumor that Kylian Mbappe might end up with Sporting Lagos. Today's not April 1st anyway, but I saw it on Twitter and I loved it. I just love the way the Sporting Lagos just look on Kylian Mbappe's body. I wish we could be that audacious anyway. Well, these things happen, okay? The German Bundesliga have been decided, but it didn't stop Mainz from beating Borussia Dortmund 3-0. RB Leipzig couldn't get a win at home against Werder Bremen, and what is it called now? Freiburg and Heidenheim, who was also one of the revelations of the season, played at a 1-1 draw in Germany. FC Cologne beat Union Berlin 3-2, and Eintracht Frankfurt and Borussia Mönchengladbach played a 1-1 draw. So I was saying to a friend, I say, imagine yesterday somebody just pick up these 3 games and say draw, okay, on his betting slip where would we be by now? Where would I be without you? AC Milan chose too late to find the form that they've been inconsistent with. 5-0 it ended in Milan against Cagliari, but then Napoli at home at the Maradona couldn't find a win as Bologna came in and beat them 2-0. Season is over anyway. When the league title's already won, it's always like that. In Spain, the title's already won, but Real Madrid didn't bother as they went away to Granada to beat Granada 4-0, sharpening the arrow, preparing themselves for Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund letting in 3 goals against Mainz, but Real Madrid, who are already league champions, said, you know what, it doesn't mean that we should destroy our team spirit by losing. So they went on to win 4-0. Athletic Bilbao and Osasuna played a 2-2 draw. Sevilla lost away to Villarreal. The Yellow Submarine were too much, they had too much in their arsenal to beat Sevilla, and Mallorca beat Las Palmas 1-0. That is how the story ended over there. But then in England, Chelsea have found last-minute form as they went to Taiwanese Nottingham Forest. They didn't get lost in the forest. They found their way through the forest as they came out with the head of Ikuku, beating Nottingham Forest 3-2. Crystal Palace still continue their form, even with the man down beat Wolves 3-1. So the 4-0 win over Manchester United was no fluke. West Ham was to the greatest manager of their current era, the last maybe 2 decades, David Moyes, that we don't want you anymore as Televista. Some people say he's not a West Ham legend, but Evertonians will always see him as a legend there. But I'm wondering, somebody won you the European Conference Cup, the only trophy you've won maybe since forever, but you treat him this way, you go and get Julian Lopetegui. I don't know what the reasons are, but there are some moves that doesn't make sense, just like when Chelsea went looking for coach and then they got Graham Potter. The same Chelsea also got Frank Lampard. Chelsea will not behave like Tottenham Hotspur sometimes. Well, Tottenham Hotspur came from 1 down against Burnley, weakest team in the league, to beat them 2-1. And so the streak of losing 4 straight games. Wow. 4 straight games could have been the 5th one, and we would have given up hope that the title is already gone. But with this one, we're looking at them like, okay, they could just be a little bit of a hunger to want to make it into the top 4. Let's see if that works anyway. But they came from a goal down away at home against Burnley, and they won 2-1. Well, it was 1-1 between Newcastle and Brighton. Sheffield United, nothing United about them, as Everton's resurgent after point deduction have led them to be, for me, my team of the season. And Sean Dyche, I would gladly, even if Arteta goes on to win the league title, I will gladly give Sean Dyche the coach, the manager of the season. Forget about Angel Postofis or Postino 1 or Postino 2, or is it Angel Postecoglou? Forget about him. Leave all those 3 managers of the month that he got at the beginning of the season. Well, Brentford were not Brentford at all. They didn't allow Bournemouth to burn them as they went to Bournemouth and they won 2-1. Manchester City, Fulham with a man down, beat them 4-0. Everybody seems to be looking at this Man City and they keep asking me, Edafu, where is it going to go wrong for them? Because it doesn't look like it would ever go wrong. Well, I don't know. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. I like to go with my instinct, and this one has been stubborn anyway, because at any given time, this is the point where I say, okay, maybe I got it wrong, but then I'd rather be wrong. I just think that there is still drama ahead. I just think so. There's still drama ahead. And why am I convinced that Man City is not going to win the league title? I really don't know. I normally would throw analysis in your front and tell you this, tell you that, tell you all that. You keep telling me this. No, but I don't have it. But one of the things that I have is I've always loved my instinct and I've always loved to go with it, trusted it as best as I can. I'd rather fail with my instinct than try to listen to too many voices of reasoning. Come on. Okay, I've been doing this long enough. This is my 20th year doing this, and I think I'm going to trust my instinct. Come on, even if I fail, I've had more success, okay? I've had more success than anything. So come on, it's not a big deal, right? Let's go to the Mother's Day fortress again and get someone. Rume is in the house. It is in the hizo, as my Americans will say. Rume, what's up? What you got to say about Mother's Day, mother, your mommy, and all that?
My mom, Dickiness Florence Ebijala Omogu. She is a woman of so many parts. she gave birth to 10 children. You can imagine having 10 children for one woman. Of course, my dad married just one wife. And while we were growing up, you know what it means to bring up 10 children. We equally have other younger uncles and aunties that were still with us. I mean cousins, but we call them uncles and aunties. You know, cousins, nieces and nephews of my mom. But in all of this, she was able to bring all of us up in the way of the Lord and with good morals. You see, one special thing about her is that when my dad married her, that should be in the 1960s. You know, she was not through with her secondary school then, but do you know that in the midst of giving birth to 10 children, she still had to go back to school? After giving birth to our last daughter in the mid-1980s, she still had to go back to school, finish her education, and went to University of Port Harcourt. And today she's a degree holder at over 70 years. You know, I think my mom deserves a round of applause. Thank you.
She surely does deserve a round of applause. And we went to the same school. Yeah, so for those of you wondering why am I hearing voice notes of people talking about their mom, it's a special edition for mothers. Yesterday was Mother's Day, and we just thought, okay, I got a message and said, why don't you do something special for mothers? And I said, like, I really don't know. I don't have a mother anymore, but I mean, we could get it going. So that's exactly why we're having it. So in the middle of all of this, we get that. Let's jump into some of the reactions of people. When Rooney felt, okay, I mean, he's got the right to say things. It felt that some players are just faking injury. They are hiding. When Rooney accuses injured Man United star of not wanting to play and slammed them for allowing Erik ten Hag to face the flag after Arsenal's inflict a 14th Premier League defeat Manchester United. Would you ever believe that they did? And let's backtrack a bit and go back to 1992, 93, upward to 2013. Would you ever believe that a day will come in the season, in the Premier League, that the all-conquering, effervescent, amazing, wonderful, dubious match-fixing Manchester United, Fergie time, Howard Webb Manchester United will get to a stage in the Premier League where they will lose 14 games in the season. Come on, there are 38 games to play. That's almost like half. Yay! That's almost like half the season you lost. That's relegation form. The only reason Manchester United is not in relegation is the fact that the teams, that's why I said that Man United, Premier League is not like the best league, the most competitive league. Any other league, you lose this much number of games, you will not even be thinking of making it into Europe. But then in the Premier League, you can lose that much number of games and still think you want to make it into Europe. Roy Keane insists he hopes Erik ten Hag is given a chance to get things right at Manchester United, despite the club currently being on course for worst ever Premier League finish. For Man United fans, my own take is that fire him. Now, this is my reason. For those who like, okay, you want him fire him, and then what it is. Let me explain. One good news of Manchester United is that the women's team won against who? Tottenham Hotspur. That team can never win a title. Put in front of them, they will be running in the opposite direction. Spurs and titles are not the same. Manchester United women have never won the FA Cup before. Got to the finals against Tottenham Hotspur. This could have been a chance for them to at least have a silverware, women's silverware in the trophy cabinet. No, not Spurs. Spurs, they bottled it. Again, they played well in the first half, was even Stevens until extra time of the first half, and then they scored a goal, Man United scored a goal, and the rest, as it says, history, 4-0. But then, I'm talking about Erik ten Hag. There are times when you look at Manchester United, there are times when you look at the team and you see, I'm an Arsenal fan. And I've seen this before. The last 12 years of Arsene Wenger as Arsenal manager. That's why no matter what people say about Arsene Wenger, like, man, that guy's a shitty coach, rubbish coach. Listen, there are games of Manchester United that I've taken time to, okay, let me convince myself that this Erik ten Hag has got something in him. And every time I look at him, you know what I see? I say a coach who lacked the tactical nuance, to take the team from one cadence, one level to another, to put on a few bars in their play. Yesterday, Arsenal was there for the taking. Arsenal was there. A few right instruction, a few tactical tweak, and Arsenal were all nerves. That game was reminiscent of the game against Aston Villa. They were just putting foot wrong everywhere. Yes, they scored a goal, but decision making. You saw Ben White on 2 occasions in the same place where Kai Havertz gave that pass to Trossard, and he just wasted the ball. So you could see that those concise passing, those crisp passing, those movement, incisive passing were not there. Thomas Partey was hanging onto the ball too long. He wasn't mobile. He was static. There was a whole lot. Declan Rice was not tackling the way he normally would tackle. So these were the days where normally Arsenal would lose. And the flip side, you will say to yourself, these are the stuff where you say, okay, this is why they won the league title, because even when they were horrible, they won. But then the bone of the Aston Villa game is hanging in their name. I was talking about Eric Ten Hag. These are the games where you smell blood. You smell blood and you say, you know what, I'm going to change it. But then again, some players are just useless. Anthony came into that game looking like a bitch that is, a serious beast that is to be unleashed on the Arsenal, but ended up being a bitch on the field because it was just useless. Come on, play football. I mean, I saw you at Ajax. I saw the kind of football you play, your movement, your quick foot, your quick thinking, and then you're playing for Manchester United. People used to dream to play for Manchester United. This is a Manchester United that Odion Igalo, where's Odion Igalo? This is what Odion Igalo had to say about his dream move to Manchester United. If you guys have forgotten, let me bring it back, okay? I like to bring it back. This is Odion Igalo, just a brief about the transfer move to Manchester United. It was his dream move, right?
In my head, I said, if this one happened, God, this is my dream club. Just make it happen. I was shivering with polo on my waist like this, sweating, even with AC inside. I was sweating. So the two clubs started talking. I will be calling afterwards, going to say, don't worry, we're on the phone, we are discussing. So after that, I said, it's like the two clubs are going to agree, we're going to agree yours, they're going to take your loan and all that. Then phone rang again. It's like, then I'm going to news that Manchester is in talks with Igalo. Tottenham hear it. They start calling my agent. Because Harry Kane was injured then. So Mourinho wanted to speak to me.
Yes, that's the club. That's the club we're talking about. That's the same Manchester United we're talking about. The one that got Odion shivering, that got him sweating inside AC in China at the time this transfer saga was going on. That's the club that Anthony Martial plays for. That's the club that Casemiro, who's an experienced winner, a Serie A winner with Real Madrid, the guy who could put no foot wrong, who's been great, absolutely incredible. That's the club he plays for. That's the club that Rafa Varane plays for. That's the club that Wan-Bissaka, that's the club he plays for. But they just 14 defeats in a season. Manchester United have gone like 5 seasons before, and cumulatively they've not been able to amass 14 defeats in 5 seasons. In one season, defeats. As much as you could say that Onana is making a lot of saves, majestic saves here and there, you could also tell yourself that the brother is also conceding goals like goals with in fashion. I don't know to blame anyway, because sometimes you need to have a good defense to have the ability to say you keep clean sheet. Manchester United are clean sheets in two opposite directions. A team who's not even scoring, a team who's not in form, who's not playing well, could score goals against Manchester United. Let's go to the Monday Day 5 and get from someone again. Suarez Sadiq, talk to us about your mama.
Hello, good morning. My name is Sadiq. My mom's name is Mrs. Madinat Suara. I give God the glory for sparing our lives up to this moment. There are so many things my mom has done for me which are too numerous for me to mention, but among the few is when I graduated from the university after finishing my NYC, being at home and not having a job as at that moment, my mom going out of her way to still give me pocket money I'm never for once stuck down on me being at home, encouraging me till I get a good job. Is one thing I'm grateful to God for having. And one of the lessons I've learned for is never to give up or never to relent, trying to push hard in whatever you are doing and praying to God at all times, then everything will be in place.
Thank you, Sadiq Suarez, for excellent explanation of what your mom is to you, the special role she plays. Mom is a wonderful, right? Yes, I got one who gave me this car on my face. I don't know if that is wonderful anyway, but she was wonderful in a lot of ways. In a lot more ways, this is not the definition of who my mom is, but this is part of it. This is part of it. All right, so let's look at transfer rumors. Who's your club signing? We woke up to the realization that Osimhen and Paris Saint-Germain might not work. Okay, might work from the look of things, because somehow Paris Saint-Germain are saying, okay, we lose Kylian Mbappe for free. He goes to Real Madrid. We have Moani. We have Ramos. We would need somebody on the wide side. And Rafael Leao might also be somebody we need, but AC Milan are not willing to let him go. We might just go look for someone else who is on that wide side and leave him alone. And then while that is going on, Osimhen's dream club have always been Chelsea. He's always wanted to follow in the footsteps of Didier Drogba, who is also his footballing idol. And a lot of things about Osimhen reminds you of Drogba. Drogba's early days, he used to complain, gesticulate a lot. Osimhen is the same thing, complains and gesticulate a lot. Early days of Drogba used to run into offside position a lot. Osimhen's career has been blighted. I think Osimhen would go into the Guinness Book of Records as a player who's been caught offside the most. But then when you think that there is a certain Filippo Inzaghi, I know Gen Z does not know that name. They don't even know what I'm saying. The one that Alex Ferguson claimed was born in an offside position. So it's going to be a competition between Osimhen and Filippo Inzaghi right now, who's gone into offside, who's straight into offside the most in their football career. But we will see eventually if the statistics can be put together, and we'll see who's gone offside the most. But then transfer rumors that we have here says Liverpool are interested in Newcastle's 23-year-old England winger Anthony Gordon, who formerly was playing for Everton. Remember, who began his career and the Merseyside rivals Everton. So a player who was a poster boy for Everton, now being chased after by Liverpool. Is it really going to work? Gordon wearing the Liverpool jersey, we do not have lapa and rashes on his body. It's like me wearing the Tottenham Hotspur jersey, okay? Any deal for Gordon could end Arsenal's hope of signing Newcastle's 24-year-old Swedish striker Alexander Isak. Well, I don't think Arsenal needs him because he's got a doctorate degree already in medicine and research. We don't want that kind of person. You know that Arsenal team and injury and hospital is similar, okay? We don't want that, okay? Colombia forward Luis Diaz, 27, has played down leagues with a move to Paris Saint-Germain, saying great years are coming at Liverpool. Now, I'm not sure about that. If you have a Paris Saint-Germain opportunity, please move, okay? Kidnap yourself and go there, because Liverpool are going down. Yeah, I know a lot of Liverpool fans don't want me to say this, they don't want to hear it, but Liverpool are going. You're going to go and sign Slot. Okay. You want to sign Ibraja on your team, okay? Oh, I forgot that mothers will be listening to this show today, so let me be on my best behavior. Okay, Sheffield United are set to bid about £8 million for Sunderland's 23-year-old English goalkeeper Anthony Pedersen. Manchester City are interested in Everton's 16-year-old academy goalkeeper Douglas Luke Jansik. I don't understand that name sharp. Newcastle are favourite to sign on the 6-year-old English defender Tosin Aderabioyo on a free transfer when his Fulham contract expires. I think it's a step up. It's a step up to Newcastle, but you got an English coach, so you might not win anything. Crystal Palace will not let Austrian manager Oliver Glasner, 49, leave this summer, despite reports linking him with the head coach role at Bayern Munich. Okay. Brighton boss Roberto De Zerbi is still a candidate being considered by Bayern Munich to replace outgoing manager Thomas Tuchel. Even though he's rejected them once, they say if you try and fail, don't give up, go back and try again. Luka Modric's future will be clearer next week, says his agent, with the 38-year-old Croatian midfielder's contract at Real Madrid set to end this summer. Eintracht Frankfurt will not trigger the 30 million euros, 11.2 million pounds buy option for Manchester United on loan Netherlands defender Donny van der Beek, as they don't think the 27-year-old player done enough to convince them that he should stay. Well, Everton, Brighton, Inter Milan, and Wolfsburg deal to get out at Syria. When you're getting Julian Lopetegui, money will definitely go to Spain. Fiorentina are interested in Nicolo Zaniolo, who is set to return to Galatasaray when it's 24-year-old loan deal at Aston Villa. Alex Spain's forward Ansu Fati's future at the club, with the 21-year-old set to return following his loan stint at Brighton. At the time, I wish I could look at the camera in the face and I say, "But Alpha, what's up? What's up with him? He's the best player, still one of the best players in the world. Best player." Kingsley, I will also talk to you about this player, because there was a time Dale was ranting and waving and getting excited over this player, and I'm almost thinking, are we watching the same football? Are we seeing the same players, or people just don't want to accept that certain players are not good enough? Once that
this is Maluchuku Sunday from Ogun State. And I want to use this medium to share some special I had with doing. My mom was very instrumental in helping us. Difficult for us to approach him, to ask him about whatever we needed, but with our own, our mom would help us connect whatever it was, about school fees and whatever. And one thing also we go the extra mile to ensure that we are comfortable. She would make sure we had something to eat at her own expense. Thank you also for giving us the opportunity to share some very wonderful memories we had.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day. We're still celebrating the Mother's Day. Like I got more like a truckload of story more. Some people just tell the story without introducing themselves, but man, it's Mother's Day, so we'll let it go. So,
I'm very, very special to me. There are countless moments of my life that I'm not asking myself to be special. And this moment.
I don't know if that parent is fitting that for my children. Am I going to? This is what I went through when I was younger. Where I couldn't solve some. I just got speech. Okay, I can't do that. But then I think I learned that from my mom too, because my mom doesn't worry about anything. Like the whole world is crashing. She's just, what I go do? The thing I go do now, I go do. The one I not go do, and you not concern me. I be say God no one make I do am. If God want make I do am, He for give me the power to take do am. My mom, she's got her way. She's got her way. Let's go to China. Achiru, talk about his mom and all the many beautiful things that he's got to say about his mom. China, where now?
So Matthew, asking me to talk about my mother is one of the, I don't know who I want to talk about or who I want to talk about more between my mom and my dad. And was Mother's Day, let's talk about our mother. Now, talking about my parents reminds me of the song by Prince. The artist called Prince. He titled When Doves Cry. There's a popular line in that song that says, maybe I'm just like my father, too bold.
Maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied. My mom was never satisfied with life the way it was. So she taught us to work harder. She taught us to love people. She taught us to be selfless. She taught us to have compassion. She taught us to see the world as our own. She taught us that nobody should suffer if you have a way to help that person. My mom was always cooking. My mom could feed the whole village. You cannot come to my house and not be fed. My mom will give out her stuff. My mom, I don't know. My mom worked extra hard. It's not like I didn't have a father. My father was a university administrator. He opened his files. He wrote letters. He wrote queries. He made sure the university was in good state. My mom was at home. She worked on us. She taught us this thing I said. And you see, when I look at my mom these days, 76 years old, not as vibrant as she was many years ago, not as agile as she was many years ago, not as vibrant as she was many years ago, I say, wow, mother. This morning, she wanted to have, well, she's visiting me from the US where she lives, and she wanted to have breakfast. I said, what will you have for breakfast? I didn't know it was Mother's Day. She said, fried plantains. She walked into my kitchen. I said, no, I want you to fry the plantains yourself. I cut the plantains, fried for her, fried her eggs, and gave it to her. That's how I repay my mother, by loving her back, how she loved me when I was younger and little. Guess where I'm going now? I just told her, I never knew it was Mother's Day today. Now it's Mother's Day. I'm going to get suya for you. Let's celebrate Mother's Day. That's my mother. That's the love she taught me. To be selfless, to provide for people, to have compassion, to treat the world as your own. That's the kind of mother I had. Sweet mother, I never will forget you.
Yeah, China Chiru is one of those people I can beat my chest and say I learn a lot from, because he's pretty much very brilliant, smart, cultured, and also always willing to help and support and guide you, like give you advice, tell you, okay, this thing you're doing, this is how you should do it, I think this is the better way to do, and is also open to you, so one day he gave me his opinion on my YouTube show, this show, give me his opinion on this show. China comes from radio. I've been on radio. If I'd not been on radio, that advice, I would have just taken it hook, sinker, right now, because come on, he's a guy that I look up to. But I also realized that he doesn't understand how YouTube works. And I had to, explain to him, he's a senior, he's a boss. And the way he took it, I was like, okay, yeah, that's my guy. That's the guy that you want to be with. Now, talking about his mom, just make you understand that, okay, this guy really was raised well. God bless all the mothers who've raised wonderful people. Now you do the listening, fathers or mothers in the future, or already mothers and fathers already, please raise your children well, so that a couple of years from now, if the radio presenter asks them to send voice notes about their parents, they would send something that when you hear it wherever you are in your retirement, you feel appreciated, loved, and knowing that the virtues that you taught your kids went in properly. When those cry is a song you should listen to by Prince. It's in that Purple Rain, part of that Purple Rain movie, Purple Rain album. It's Arabian Soul. It's a very, very beautiful song. I love Prince. Maybe it's erratic human being, but his music was very, very good. And one of the best all-time best performance during the halftime show of the Super Bowl is Prince's Purple Rain. Okay, 1993, Michael Jackson's performance was fantastic. Whitney Houston's performance was also fantastic. But what made Prince's stand out is the fact that when he started singing Purple Rain, Purple Rain, Purple. The heavens opened. Not too many times, Majak Fashek was known as the rainmaker, because every time he sings, send down the rain falls, right? And it became a cult-like song when he sang that song. And when he sang Purple Rain in the Super Bowl and the heavens opened, it was kind of like when the heavens met the earth and agree to do a show. It was beautiful. Well, we're talking football. Let's not move it to music now. Some of you are like, why is this guy talking about music? Is it a music show? No, it's not a music show. But I'm just bringing you up to speed with certain things that we just talk about. So it's your time now. Let me come to your messages and all the things that you guys have got to say. Would Liverpool let me even ask that question. Will Liverpool be able to beat Aston Villa? Liverpool are not going to win the league if they beat Aston Villa. Like they win the game 10 goals to nothing, go on to win their next game 10 goals to nothing. It won't change anything, okay? But Liverpool's victory could be the catalyst for a change of attitude by Aston Villa. Because again, by Tottenham Hotspur, looking at the table, let's stray the table, analyze it a little bit, and then draw some conclusions or inference and put it in the right perspective. So, Tottenham Hotspur have 36 games. I've played 36 games, just like Aston Villa. By tomorrow, they will play their outstanding game to go to 37 games. They are 63 points right now. So if they play if Aston Villa loses, and the goal difference is much anyway, 8 goals. That's the difference between Aston Villa and Tottenham Hotspur. So Tottenham Hotspur are pretty much in a hopeless state. I'm not one of those who really want them to make the Champions League. So if they like, they win. They like, they don't win. That's not my business. The last 5 games, they've lost 4 and won 1. Aston Villa in the last 5 games have gone 2, drawn 2, lost 1. Okay, so you look at this and you say they have 67 points. To make assurance double shot, if they win Liverpool, they go to 70. The highest Spurs can get to would be 70 if they win both games against City and their last game. At that point, they just might not make it into the Champions League because the goal difference is, the margin is very, very big. It's like the pattern of the Red Sea. But let's say Aston Villa loses to Liverpool today. Let's say 3-0, right? Now that difference is still big in the goals difference, but it cuts it down, and then the point gap now comes down. Okay, if Tottenham Hotspur look at that and say tomorrow, if we win, we go to 66. Well, 1 point behind them. We don't know what they're going to do. They have that. They're doing the last game. They lose it, and we win our final game. We are, in the Champions League. So that motivation might just be there. But this is calculator that doesn't even. It's not necessary. I'm not yet pressing calculator for useless team like Spurs, okay? But I'm just playing that out. Now, for Liverpool fans, Liverpool are in tour. They are safe. They're in Europe next season. Definitely not going to win the title anymore. Not in that race anymore. They've been kicked out of that race. But Arsenal and Man City have run it, and City knows that Arsenal have given them a better run this season than they did last season. Arsenal stayed on the top of the league table longer last season than they did this season, but Arsenal have played better this season. Arsenal already are 1 point behind the Invincibles. Okay, the Invincibles ended the season with 87 points. Arsenal have 1 more game this season than the Invincibles did. Okay, but it is their 5 defeats and 5 draws that have cost them a whole lot. Now the rule of the Premier League is that you lose 5 games, you don't win the title. That one is counting against Arsenal already. If only they beat Aston Villa, this conversation will be different. Man City, on the other hand, have drawn 7 and have lost 3. If they draw against Spurs, just a draw, and Arsenal goes on to win Everton the final day, the goal difference might just be the decider because they will be tied up right now. Let's say they draw, they will go to 86 points. So Arsenal goes to play. Playing Everton is not going to be easy. Okay, but they're playing at home. It's not going to be easy. So let's not anybody sit here and tell me, Everton is going to be. Last season, Everton was part of Arsenal's downfall. This Van Dijk's team is not as easy as you think. It looks like the Tony Pulis Stoke City back in the day, or the Mick McCarthy's Wolves are back in the day. Okay, so it's one of those games that you cannot just beat your chest. But the galaxies, the elements are aligned for Arsenal. Every time Arsenal end the season with Everton, they've scored loads of goals. They've also, if they're in the title running against Everton, title running, and Everton is their last game, they've gone on to win 4-0, 5-0, and won the title. So we're looking at all of that and say, okay, will history repeat itself? I don't know what's going to happen, but tomorrow we will talk more about Man City versus Tottenham Hotspur. But let's just keep our fingers crossed for now and see what happens. But if you've got anything to say about that one, you can put it out there. Let's hear you. Let's go to your comment. Everybody started us out today with hopes are high that Arsenal will win the league. I pray it happens. Everybody went on to say Ten Hag. I played Arteta yesterday. That's why fielding the same lineup that lost to Crystal Palace and the same back line. This one is heading somewhere. This guy is going to say something shitty very soon. He needs backing. I said it. Give him the tools he needs and he will be unbeatable. I know he was going to say something shitty. The Olariwaju says Arsenal now need favor from Tottenham Hotspur. They don't need favor from Tottenham Hotspur. So they should carry their cross. Get out. They should get out of this place. I hope they can grant it at least make Tottenham play like who get ambition, but they don't have ambition. So if you're banking on Tottenham Hotspur to do you a favor, then you didn't do your homework properly. And that's the homework that Arsenal didn't do against Aston Villa, because we will be here. If Arsenal are beating Aston Villa, the conversation will not be here. Arsenal will just be needed to go and beat Everton and you are champions, okay? But hey, it is what it is. We'll see ourselves. Tosin Lemade says, good morning, good people. Second to like today, not bad though. Sabi girl, the only woman I know who supports Spurs in Nigeria. Now everyone wants Spurs to do Arsenal. No, you don't. Do yourself a favor. Get out with your favor. Who cares about your favor? AK Jafar, Madu Abuchukwu says, City won't sleep. Arsenal has done their best, but City is ready for anything. We'll be talking about this on Wednesday morning. We don't have a long show Wednesday. I go to school, but the little time we have, we'll talk about it. Okay, so Jafar Madu Abuchukwu says there's nothing that can happen. City will keep winning. Everybody say play to finish in top 4 for your own good at Sabiga. No mind now. Namugu now. Sabiga say because we don't have what it takes to beat City. Okay. You see, that's the mentality. That's the sports mentality that I talk about. Even their fans are the same. Their defeat is there. Losers. Get them like shit, man. Tony. Tosin says this season gets as a B. Arsenal looks like they are winning the trophy. Man City also looks like winning the trophy. Looks like Tuesday is the defining moment. Fingers crossed. Cross the fingers well. Lord Mayor said people will say Ten Hag at class Arteta because he didn't want to go for it because of the pressure on it. Man U played without pressure. FA Cup final. Let me see how that Man U team will play under pressure. Okay, let me say, I feel Lookman is one of the favorite for African Player of the Year. Now, this conversation have come up and we talked about it. And you know why I hate to talk about Lookman being the African Player of the Year. And I'm going to ask you this question first before I do any analysis or comparative talk and all that. If Lookman, this performance that Lookman have had now, if he put this same performance and he's not in Nigeria, would you say is the favorite to win the Player of the Year? In your own opinion, I like to see what your comments are in that regard before I would say whatever it is I want to say. But just for the sake of it, Mohamed Salah have had 18 goals and 10 assists this season. Let us pretend like he didn't do anything. Mohamed Salah have had 18 goals and 10 assists this season. Just there. His club is in the top position of the Premier League. Now let's go to Atalanta. Yes, they are in 5th position and they are in the finals of the UEFA Europa. Unless our brother scores, the winning goal in the finals. Lookman have 9 goals and 6 assists. Please, in what planet, what geography, what arrangement is this performance worthy of African Footballer of the Year? As bad as Victor Osimhen's season, he's got 15 goals and 3 assists. Please, in the hierarchy, Lookman in the golden boot chase in Italy, is in number 19 position, joint 19 with the Ketelere. So at what point did such better performance now means is going to be? Please don't tell me you'll be watching Italian because you're not watching. There's no performance that is put up. Last season he played way better. He didn't even make the podium. So at what point have the African Footballer of the Year award become so useless that everybody sits one place? And I've been hearing the rumor. Some people say, hey, because he's in Nigeria, let Nigeria win it back to back. Last time we did this nonsense was when we gave Kanu Wankwo the 1999 African Footballer of the Year out of pity. Useless award. So if we want to spread the award, we should say it. Lookman winning it on the basis of what exactly? On the basis of what? On the back end, what's this guy that played for Eintracht Frankfurt? Who's had a season to remember? Nobody is talking about his performance, his goals. He said because Lookman is a Nigerian and we wake up and he should get the award. I don't understand. No, not Eintracht Frankfurt, Stuttgart. Sorry, the Guruse guy. Okay, Guruse Saho, or what's his name? That guy has scored 26 goals and 2 assists. The only player that scored more goals than him is Harry Kane. Nobody's mentioning him for the award. And we wake up and somebody said Ademola Lookman should win the award. I don't know what football we're looking at, but I just need you people to answer me. At what point, what criteria are we using to pick Ademola Lookman for the award? I'm not going to protest if he wins it, but I'm not going to celebrate it. Because for me, I don't think that the award has become so bad that Lookman with this performance. Come on. Why are we behaving like jump now? We're lowering the cutoff mark just to favor somebody. Okay. Oluchukwu Kletus says, good morning, Professor of Sports. Kletus Oluchukwu's Sunday from Babcock. I love this jersey, sir. I beg. I go steal am. Come on, steal now. When I have a baseball bat, I've shown you guys my baseball bat before. How strong is your knee? Senator to say, even if Arsenal don't win the league, I'm super proud of them and how far they have come. Alafat says, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Everybody mother na best mom in the world, but who can get those ones where they fly for night? Well, first off, you might think you're making fun just now, you're joking, but this is like the stupidest comment anybody's made. This is Mother's Day, people are celebrating their mom. I don't know if your mom flies in the night, but just keep it to yourself alone. It doesn't have to be everybody. You see, the thing about that thing they say, it is what you say, it is how you said it, not what you said. You should choose your timing. Your timing is horrible and very, very stupid. Daniel Abanom says Lookman and Boniface win Africa Footballer of the Year. Boniface was out injured for a while. There are other players that have done well, and I don't think that it is nice for us to think this way. Well, I just said Napoli didn't even defend their title honorably at all. Poor showing throughout the season. Tosilima, they say Spurs sealed Burnley's relegation. They might hand over the title to either City or Arsenal. Okay. Olafa said for me, I think Emery will bottle the top 4 like he did at Arsenal, losing the UEFA Europa League and top 4, which can give Spurs something to play for. Why you say West Ham are behaving like a certain Stoke City who sacked the coach because they wanted to play fancy football. Small success don't they enter their be like Gary of Ijebu, don't they swell up. All right. Why you say please, this is not the time for your instinct to fail. I beg, warn your instinct, make it cooperate before I arrest her. Honestly, I just hope Arsenal wins this EPL. People will want Arsenal win the EPL plenty sharp. Okay. Oluwaseyi Adebowale says my main issue with Ten Hag is that none of his signings have been a success. Martinez may be the only exception. How do the new directors trust him to bring in the right players? I don't know. Oluwaseyi Adebowale wanted to say Arsenal need Liverpool to beat Villa today so Spurs can have some motivation to face City. That's the game that will decide the title because Arsenal and City will win their last games at home. The Larawaji says happy post-humor. Happy belated, that's what you wanted to say, okay? You will not be one person die. No, all this English. I beg, I'm not worried. Raji Moshood says, where did I stop now? Said the stream is seriously breaking. Tell your producer to check your internet. I'm not sure it's my end. Oluwaseyi Adebowale says, yeah, the stream is breaking. Really? Okay, good morning. Check your audio. No sound. Arola Yadeji says, title chance is gone for Arsenal. They should begin preparing for next season so Pep doesn't do a fifth dunk on our head. Well, whatever happens, the Larry says People Inzaghi was the poster boy for offside. If you check offside meaning in the dictionary, now in picture you will see in full HD color. Even if the deco nail in black and white, great striker. My wife Mike, I celebrate with those that still have mother. I lost her 25 years ago. Wow. Okay, my wife Mike, good morning everyone in the house. And then while she was alive, I enjoyed her discipline and love. Say, not me only look man, look woman. I mean, okay, and it says Nigerians and their bias. Let me say, Lookman made 3 finals, their cup, Europa and AFCON finals. So Nick Suarez say, does Victor Boniface has any chance if Leverkusen do the treble? If he goes to the finals and he scores the goal that wins it, and then he goes to play the DFB poker and also win them the cup, then you can have that conversation. But right now, calling Lookman for African Ball of the Year is something that I'm wondering, like, what are we really smoking or thinking about right now? I'm not against him because people will interpret how he doesn't like it. No, it's not about liking him. It's about also knowing that the title is not a Nigerian title. This is not Nigerian players award. It's Africa, and we should spread our dragnet and also know the performance of other African players. The performance of Mo Salah this season, as bad as people think he is better than a lot of the players are. I mean, look have not had a great season in terms of playing football. His team have done well. It's like Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire won the African Cup of Nations. Is there any player in the Ivory Coast that you can pick and say, let them win the African Ball of the Year? There's some player because they didn't have a great performance in the tournament. They kept doing the Catanela, the Udini, narrow escape, and then they won the trophy. But in all honesty, we cannot pick any player. Yes, Sagara had a performance against Nigeria to remember, a few other players here and there, but collectively, you can't pick a stretch of 10 games or 5 games that these players have performed very well. So it's hard. If you look at what's his name now, Ademola Lookman, last season he had an outstanding performance game after game after game after game. Osimhen was just too good. But this one, I'm not going to sit here and say that he should win the African Ball of the Year because it's going to be mockery of the award. Raji Mashur says Salah is yet to win anything, and it's, if not even his most fantastic season, Lookman would be in the conversation for African Player of the Year top 5 alongside Boniface, who wins the Europa, got a better chance, plus his AFCON. Okay, so second in AFCON is now. Please, can you remind me anybody who came second in AFCON and then ended up winning the African Ball of the Year? Because the one that they use this AFCON to the same AFCON where we say we play finish all of them, they sort all of them. At what point is in an ingredient? Man, they should nominate what's it called for surviving Everton for playing with Fulham the way they played this season. They should nominate what's it called, Coach Anefi again? Alex Iwobi too now. Abi, what could just turn out to Nigerian team? Since we want full ourselves. 69 football say Old Trafford the league under rain. Niger people know they talk. But if na Niger league, it happen, corruption, allegation here and there. I know them. My Michael said the issue of Lookman has to do with is a Nigerian team. Many people don't look at other African players in other leagues. Raji Moshood said Lookman also did well at the AFCON. He would be in the conversation. Let me ask you this. The guy who won the highest goal scorer award, playing only 4 games in the tournament and exited. If he was a Nigerian and then his club now is in the final of the UEFA Europa Cup, you will nominate him, right? You will nominate him. The thing is, once people bring sentiment to this conversation, it pisses me off because there are too many African players that have done way better on merit. It's an individual award, okay? Individual performance. Lookman may have scored 3 goals and assisted 1 in the Nations Cup. Is he our outstanding player? No. In the AFCON, the player of the tournament is a Nigerian. And guess what is his name? Shust Ekong. Lookman is not even the second best player of the tournament. So first, that shuts that conversation of the AFCON down. Nothing comes from that AFCON that I want to pick. In Italy, the league that he plays in, he's number 19 in the highest goal scorer chart. In the UEFA Europa Cup that you guys are now trying to use. They've not won the finals. So against a Leverkusen that does not know how to lose. They've not won the finals. If he goes there again and lose, it's still not another balanced situation where he go to the AFCON final loss, go to the Europa Cup finals and loss, and then the league title, it doesn't even make the Champions League, the top four. You're saying that's the guy you want to give the African Ball of the Year award to. Well, I don't know what to argue. I'm not going to, get into this argument. My time is up. I need to pack my bags and baggages, get out of the studio. I think I've got hot smoky rice waiting for me to eat. Thank you very much, Mr. Sadafu. So, for everybody who sent in a voice note, thank you for your voice note. For everybody who dropped in a comment, thank you very much. The internet was shaky. There's nothing I can do. It's not as if there's an engineer that will just wind one magic thing and the internet will go off. It's just internet problem. So maybe I would look for another service provider and see what I can do here, because probably where we're staying before, the internet service there is better. I'll try and see, maybe get fiber optics. We're out closer to the road now. We might be able to get fiber optics and see how it goes. But having said that, my name is Edafi Matias. You love to come in at the bottom of sports. It's been a wonderful edition on this Monday morning. Hopefully, football goes the way we want, but I still think that there's a script, and that script starts tonight. Goes into tomorrow, and then on Sunday from 4 p.m. we'll see all the drama unfold. Something definitely is going to happen. I'm sitting here saying Man City in winning the league title. Okay? Having said that, I want to say this to you. If you are not the solution, there's nothing wrong. Don't be the problem. And if you see people trying to fix a problem, don't stand in their way, either by way of demanding things that you're not supposed to demand, or stealing the materials that they're using to fix the problem, or just creating unnecessary havoc, or telling lies and derailing the conversation. God bless you and have a wonderful week ahead and a wonderful day to you. Bye-bye.